Hey guys, welcome back. Bushcraft Family with another video. And I'm always looking at content from other creators and just inspiration sometimes. And sometimes you see stuff and it hurts, you know. And I've not been really big at one church, so to speak, as a lot of people are. You know, they go to church, they're the same church for years and years and whatnot, and they help out. I do know some pastors that are not in this town, but in the neighboring town that I volunteer. And, you know, anytime there's something that needs built or just, you know, labor work, you know, we had tornado touchdown last year. I went over and helped as much as I could, you know. Because those are the kind of churches that I like. The churches that are there for their community and whatnot. Those are the churches that I would feel that Jesus would approve of, so to speak. But there's this girl on TikTok. I think it's just TikTok, but she decided to do a social experiment, and she called a bunch of churches stating that she needed baby formula for her baby. Unfortunately, and this is in Kentucky, and this is no dig against Kentucky or anything like that, because I'm sure it's like this in most every state. And we'll get to this when I play this video. But point being, and I'm trying to do this respectfully here, the video I'm going to show actually shows a good church. And I'm not saying one church is bad from the other church, because I'll go over that after the video. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play this.
I am calling your church to test to see if they are willing to help feed a hungry baby. So far, I've already called 2 churches. Neither one of them were willing to help feed a baby.
It's
and
over
honestly,
6 minutes,
I'm
by
not
the
even
way.
a church, and if somebody called me needing to feed a baby, I wouldn't just hang up the phone. I would find them a resource and get them formula for their baby. So now I'm calling Heritage Hope Church of God in Somerset, Kentucky, and it says that they are the oldest continuing church of God in the state of Kentucky, and over the course of the past 109 years.
And per YouTube thing, I'm going to have to pause it here and there, sorry, to, you know, commentate, so to speak. You can see that she actually puts the churches, which I kind of don't agree on. She puts them up front and center. I mean, it could be bad, could be good, you know. Again, this is a social experiment, and if the churches do help, she does donate, and she sends her followers, and they donate. And these certain churches that do help, they ended up with $72,000 of donations. So let's continue this. And again, I'm sorry that I have to stop it here and there, but you know, it's YouTube.
Years we've been a part of the spiritual landscape in Somerset. So let's see if they're willing to help feed a hungry baby. It does not state online if they are open or not, so we're just going to call and see.
And don't call her number.
Heritage Hope Church of God.
Hi, I was wanting to see if you all could help at all. I have a 2-month-old baby, and I ran out of formula last night.
And I might add, sorry again. I might add, this guy does sound like a very sweet man too. He is the pastor.
I was wanting to see if y'all could help with formula.
Let me see. Give me your name and number.
My name is Nakali, or just Callie, and then my number is 859-353-7777. Yes.
It's Kylie. What's the last name?
Yeah, don't call her number. It's probably not her number, but yeah. And to give you a little contents here, this is the third church she called, by the way. The first two turned her down. Didn't give any information on how to get help either. Just said, we don't do that. Let's finish this up.
Monroe, Monroe.
Now what exactly are you needing?
I just need the Good Start formula.
Okay. So how much do you need? I need to know about that.
I'm not sure. I think I usually have, I think it's maybe $17 at Walmart. I mean, if y'all could just get the formula, I could pick it up or have somebody come get it.
Well, I'm an officer right now by myself, and I'll see if I can get somebody to do this.
Okay.
We can do this. I'll just see. Tell me what it is it's called in case I have to go get it, because I'm a great grandpa. I'm not used to picking up formula. Okay.
Oh, it gives you goosebumps. You know, look at my goosebumps. I do this all the time. I don't know why I show you guys my goosebumps, but yeah. It makes you feel good. It really does. And as she says, it touches your heart. But as you'll hear here lately, she's not a religious person. She doesn't do the church thing or anything like that. She doesn't believe in Christianity and stuff. That's her right. But you never know, doing something like that might change a person. Let's continue.
What's it called?
Good Start.
Good Start. And
Sir. Sir.
It's for infants.
Yes, sir.
Infants formulas, any flavor, anything to it, or just?
No, sir. Hey, can I say something real quick?
Sure.
Hey, okay, I'm actually just testing churches to see which ones would actually help the community, and you just touched my heart. And I just want you to know that you are an amazing person. That's the formula, but I don't need it. I just wanted to see if you were willing to help. And I just wanted to let you know that you touched me today, that you were actually willing to help or find the help.
Even I'm right now thinking internally in my church, my people won't ask for anything. They will not ask me or tell me nothing. And as a rule, most of my people have been blessed. Mm-hmm. But the ones that are struggling won't tell me.
Again, sorry for the stops. But about every 30 seconds, we have to talk about it. This is a very good social experiment, but I don't know if I would make it public, even though that's what I'm kind of doing by resharing this. But her channel is blowing up, and other news companies, you know, the media is putting it up front and center. So she's growing quite a bit. Now, I could tell you a little backstory about her. She previously was a stripper. Not holding that against anybody, but a lot of people have. And I don't think she did any of this, to be spiteful or anything. She just wanted to see how much help there was out there. She noticed some of her friends were having trouble, getting help. And she wanted to see how much help there was out there. So let's go ahead and finish this up. It should be good.
But I'm trying to figure right now with the SNAP program dying out tomorrow, or possibly, I'm trying to figure. I don't know how to ask my people how many of y'all are on SNAP, because they might not want to tell me.
Yeah.
Because my people won't tell me when they have a need, and we always try to help. I do help in the body. The Bible tells us that do good to all men, but especially those of the household of faith. So I started in the church, though it may sound hard. I started in the church, but my people very seldom ask me for anything. And we do ministry outside the church, and but a lot of churches are struggling inside. Like I said, right now, I don't know how I'm gonna get my people to tell me they get SNAP benefits.
Yeah. Can I suggest something to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you tried doing like a box where people can drop off their information and it be private? That way nobody has to know anything. And then
that's what I thought about, putting envelopes in their bulletins.
Yeah.
Drop an envelope in a box and tell me, because I am concerned.
And just let those that don't feel like comfortable sharing or feel ashamed or too much pride, that it takes more courage to ask for help and make sure that they're taken care of.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut it there. The rest of it, they're talking about ways of donation and donating, and people, because it is hard to ask for help, it's for those who really need it. I'll put it that way. Now, and again, I'm not saying anything bad about the churches who denied this. Out of 42 churches, 7 agreed to help. Again, I'm not saying anything bad about the churches that didn't. I don't know what their stories are or what. But I do know some churches that I do, again, volunteer or donate or whatever. There are people out there that will take advantage of churches. They've been doing it for years and will continue to do this. People who just don't go out and work. They're capable of working and whatnot, but they'll go into a church, say they have no money, and get free food, get money, get automobiles, get places to live even. Even though they have brand new iPhones and color TVs and all this other stuff. And there are some times where a person just, got laid off and they don't have the resources to make it to the end of the month. And sometimes you need this help. And unfortunately, sometimes those people fall through the cracks to where they don't get the help because the church helped somebody else, or, the church just is only there for Sunday. They take donations to keep the electric bills on and pay the pastor, and that's it. They usually send people to another place. When we first got into this area, I was working and I actually got hurt on the job, and we had to go on welfare for a bit. And to get okayed for it, we had to jump through many, many hoops. I'm sure a lot of people know all this, but it was going to be, we weren't going to get anything until the next month. Now, I already owned the place where we were at, but food was going to be scarce. We were scraping by. I had, even back then, I had stuff that was canned from the previous years. But there are some things that you just can't, you need fresh milk and, eggs and, stuff. And we went to a few churches and we ran into similar situation. We asked for help and, we don't have a food pantry. All the churches around here donate to one church, so you have to contact them. So we contact them and we don't have anything. So we ended up getting by and stuff, but we found out that it was kind of hard in the area that we were in. And again, I'm not saying anything bad against one church or the other. There are, just like there are people, there are differences in churches than other churches. And the way I look at it is, even if, and it sounds weird, even if you're getting scammed and everything by doing and helping somebody, you don't look at it as that's the bad thing about it. You look at the good in it. You look at that you are doing the right thing. You have it in your heart that you are helping somebody. Even though they're scamming you, you're still putting forth the effort and the kindness to help another human. And too many times we forget about that. Oh, I don't want to do that because they're probably going to scam me, And a lot of times we find out that you got scammed. Oh, I'm never doing that again, Stop and think about it, though. Never doing that again. You're never going to help another human. And again, there are many forces out there, bad forces and good forces. Who are you going to stand behind? The guy that helps somebody because that's the right thing to do? Or, the one that helps somebody to get a good feeling about it, or to boast to their friends, I helped this person. Oh, we helped this family, but we can't help that family because we already helped them, But again, I thought I would bring up this information. I'm not saying one way or the other. Just look at it this way. What would Jesus do? God bless.